Hey, Lindsay.
Hey.
It's nice to actually meet you in person now.
Yeah.
I'm Morgan, as you know, and today we're just going to be kind of discussing why you're here and what you hope to achieve and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Are you from the Chattanooga area?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm from Nashville.
Oh,
so.
cool. I've been up that way once or twice.
Yeah, definitely. Cool.
It seems like a really nice area.
Yeah, it is.
Well, tell me a little bit more about your visit today and why you're coming in.
Well, I didn't know this fully until someone had pointed it out to me, but a personal trainer came to me and told me to eat more vegetables. And then I realized when I tried to make them and I passed out even looking at them that I have a vegetable phobia. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, how did this happen? So I don't know, I just really wanted to work through the problem, be sure I could not have a fear of vegetables. So it's embarrassing when you go over to your friend's house and it gets you all queasy just looking at vegetables and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a really unique phobia. I'm sure that's been really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it has.
Especially when it gets very extreme like that.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you fainted and you struggle with it being embarrassing with friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, what are you hoping to kind of work through in regards to that? Where do you hope to be at the end of your counseling sessions?
Yeah, I don't know. I just really want to knock this theory down out of my mind. I just wish it would conquer me so I wouldn't have to always be in the back of my mind being like, dang, like, are there going to be vegetables where I'm eating? Like, I don't know. It just really scares me and that kind of thing. So I just want to be able to look at vegetables and not have this fear.
Right. So you have a personal goal of trying to manage this struggle for you and manage your anxieties related to vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right. That's a good place to be, to know what you want and what you hope to achieve.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, in today's session, we'll kind of just discuss a little bit more about this phobia of yours and where it's coming from and how it affects your day-to-day life, and we'll just kind of set the stage for moving forward.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So tell me a little bit more about this fear of yours.
Yeah, so I was thinking about it the other day, and I think it stems from my parents, because when I was growing up, I was kind of a chubby kid. Like, I ate a lot of junk food. It was really hard for me. So my parents would literally force vegetables down my throat. I would refuse to eat them, and then they would force my mouth open and shove them down. So now every time I see them, it's like this complete phobia that I'm gonna like die eating vegetables. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that kind of thing.
I understand that. That's very extreme for a child, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that really affected your relationship with your parents and clearly your relationship with vegetables and healthy foods.
Yeah, it did. I don't know. And I love my parents, and they're great, and they never really abused me. It was just this demand for them. They wanted perfection, and they graduated top of their class from Vanderbilt with their doctorates, and it's hard because they want me to be that same level, and sometimes I'm not quite there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like your parents had very high expectations for you.
Definitely, yeah.
But I am happy to hear that it doesn't sound like your parents were abusive, or you don't see them as abusive.
No, definitely not.
You're able to separate this this struggle of yours from your relationship with your parents?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I don't want to pin that all on them. Like, they should have done better in that area, but overall, I was really lucky to have two good parents that loved me and took care of me.
That's good to hear. It's good to see that you're at that place. So tell me a little bit more about how this phobia has affected you in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, so I mean, even when I go out to restaurants and stuff like that, like, I get panic attacks just looking at vegetables. And, like, my friends are always wondering what's going on, and then I get more anxiety trying to think about telling them about that. And, like, I can't even go to the grocery store and go in that aisle, so I can never eat fruit either, because I just don't want to go to that area of the store where all the vegetables are, because it gives me panic attacks and anxiety. So it's been affecting, like, where I go and how I act when I go out in public and that kind of thing.
It really is affecting what you're able to do.
Yeah.
And where you're able to go, and it's kind of limiting your freedom and your
Definitely
choices.
it does, yeah.
But that's really frustrating.
Yeah, it has been. I just want to be this mature adult that doesn't get scared going into a grocery store,
Right.
per se.
You want to kind of be free of those restraints.
Definitely, yes. Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more about your childhood with this. Was it a big problem growing up? Were you woozy, or feel like you were fainting growing up? Was that the same case?
I think it was kind of like that, but it was more like tangible fear because of the moment it was happening. I was fighting back and that kind of thing. But now it's just like, I don't know, it's like more in my mind because it's not physically happening, I guess is what you could say.
Okay. So it's kind of that the sight or the thought of vegetables kind of triggers and brings you back to that childhood experience.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. It's very unique.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying, yeah.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, how do you see yourself moving forward with this?
I just want to work in here on retraining my mind to not put my childhood as the present. So I think that's something I really need to work on, that everybody, I feel like, needs to work on. Sometimes your childhood can affect your adulthood, and I just don't think it should be like that.
Well, of course, over this course of our time together, we're gonna see what alternatives work for you, and I want to leave the ball in your court as far as moving forward.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll help you find appropriate ways of dealing with this that best work for you. And for what you're hoping to do and what you're hoping to achieve.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for opening up today. It sounds like you have had a lot of trouble with this experience, and
definitely,
it's been a lifelong struggle that's really affected you from the time you were really young. I'm really excited to get to know you better and
me too. It'll be fun
to discuss this further.
Yeah,
thanks for coming in.
Yeah, of course.